In this video, we're going to take a look at the best outdoor shades for you to get for your outdoor area on a tight budget. Stay tuned to find out more. Alright, hello everybody. A beautiful day here in May of 2020, and I wanted to take a chance here to tell you about some outdoor shades that we recently got for our covered entertainment area here. We have a really nice outdoor deck area, and one of the big problems is in the afternoon we get the direct hit of the sunlight coming from the west onto us here. There's my pool right there. Some of you may have seen some of my pool videos, but anyway, sunlight hits us hard here in the afternoon, late afternoons, and trying to sit back here after work is kind of unpleasant when you got sun bearing down in your face. Also, it messes up, we get bad reflection on the television. So anyway, we had some shades that we ordered from Amazon. They were called Coolaroo shades, and we had those for about 7 years. And those were 6 by 6, and you can see the remnants of one of them right here. This is where the cord was installed, and the shades themselves, these are actually, what I have here is a new Coolaroo right here. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But so the actual fabric on the Coolaroo shade was excellent, and we actually had that for 7 years. So I had one on this side to the right, and we skipped the middle section here, and we had one on that side over there, and those were installed up here on the inside of my my decking area here, and they worked well, but we did have a couple of problems. The main thing while we were using it was the fact that it was a 6 by 6, so it came down to about right here or so, and when the wind would blow, the shade of course would blow up on you. So that was that was annoying. So any kind of breeze, afternoon breeze, the shade would blow, the bottom of it would hit you in the head or something like that. You were sitting in the chair. So also, if there's a light rain, it would have been nice to be able to secure it with on the bottom to keep some of the rain a little bit off those afternoon showers, because the wind would blow in here and get wet. You can see right here we have a little hook. This hook was from the old Coolaroo shade that was free flowing on the bottom, and we tried to rig it, and it worked a little bit sometimes, but if the wind got too strong, it wasn't the end of the shades wasn't set up to be able to be secured like that. So it was just free flowing and free hanging basically, and we tried to rig it and do it ourselves, but it really wasn't that successful. All right, but the shades themselves, the fabric was in good shape after 7 years, and I actually put an ad on Facebook Marketplace. I got responses immediately, and actually a coworker of mine, he sent me a message, and I told him about them, and so I actually sold him the old shades, since he was a friend, just $20, and he kind of rigged them without securing them properly, and so it served the purpose for him, and he was able to still use the shade. So the shade was not discolored, and the fabric, no mildew or anything on it, so the shade itself was fine. It was a problem with the old shades, other than not being able to secure them at the bottom, was there was a little thing right here, and there was a cord. There was a cord that had little beads in it, almost like a Mardi Gras beads, almost kind of spread out. But anyway, and there was a little hinge up there, and you pull the little cord, and the little notches in the beads that's how you would up, lower, and raise the the old shades that we had. So what happened after a few years here, after I guess 7 years, was that the cord actually dry rotted on both of them. So the cord just came out and dry rotted. So we had no way of lowering and raising the shades except to get up on a ladder or a chair and do it by hand. So what we did, we took those down, sold them to my friend, and we looked at some other alternatives. I actually even got a price quote from a guy on Facebook for some shades, outdoor shades with a tie down cable kind of thing on the side. I told him what I had. I didn't want to give him a price on what I was looking to spend, and he gave me a quote. Honestly, it was over $4,000, and I just like, come on, man. I mean, that's almost half of what it cost to build the whole deck, So certainly that was just out of the question. So we went back to went back to Amazon, looked at these Coolaroo shades again. This one is installed on the outside because we're trying to cover up this middle portion here. So we just installed that yesterday. It's a little snug to that little wooden piece up there, so we may have to reconsider that and lower it down just a bit. So we're putting this one on the outside, and then the other two shades are expected to come today. So we're going to install those back on the inside here like we had the other ones, and then that way we'll have 3 straight across. And so now the new Coolaroo shades that we ordered, they made some improvements, big improvements. First of all, they have this little crank rod here, and you can see there's no more cords involved here in lowering and raising the shades. So now we don't have to worry about a cord dry rotting. And also for the cords, those are actually, people with little kids, potentially choking hazards for little kids, right? So now we have a cord, so we have this crank, so we don't have to worry about the cord, dry rotting on us like the other one did. And obviously for safety reasons for kids, there's that issue too. But here is also another good thing. This is actually a 6x8, which we only had a 6x6. So I'm not sure if when we ordered these 7 years ago that they had ones that went down to 6x8. We had 6x6s like I was telling you. But also look at this. The end of this is made. It had this little ring on here, and it comes with this, and you just pop this on the ring, and look what we got down here. So this little thing here, you pull it tight and you slide the ball in here, and the ball gets snug. So I'm gonna do that for us. So now we're able to bring the blinds all the way down nice and snug and secure them on the bottom. So very much what we needed here. So I'm going to go ahead and lower this down. I can't film it and lower it down at the same time. I'm using my phone, so let me lower it down and I'll let you take a look. Okay, so I got the blind all the way down now, cranked it all the way down. You can see again we have it on the outside part here, and then the other two that are expected to arrive today. I'm going to install those on the inside. But anyway, you can see that it goes all the way down, 8 feet down, which is going to be a big help. So there's very little room here for rain to blow underneath here. And you can see the connection here on the end. We tried to do something like this, kind of DIY it on the old ones that we had. We actually put like a rubber band or a hair ponytail holder thing on the end, and do it with the clip that I showed you a second ago. But anyway, so you pull this down, and we have this secured on the beam now, and this little ball catches like that. And now it's nice and snug. We don't have to worry about it flapping around in the breeze on us. And if we get any light rains, it'll keep us dry. And this fabric, again, the fabric holds up, wonderfully. The fabric that I had on the old ones, it was 7 years old. There was no mildew or anything like that. So it was, my friend sent me a picture of it. I'll try to, I will put a picture of what he did with the old ones on this video. that I'll show you. Also, I have pictures of the old ones flapping in the breeze. I'll put a picture of this video on that for you also to show you what we had. So you can see we made a great improvement. So waiting on the other two to come today. You can see that it lets. It's not a complete, you know, it doesn't darken things out completely. Supposedly it cuts down like 95% of the rays. So you can actually still see out. So it lets a little bit of sunlight in, but it's, you know, yesterday afternoon, got pretty warm, much later in the day, and it was noticeably cooler on this side right here where we had the chairs and we were sitting here watching TV a little while and before we cooked some stuff on the grill. So nice and cool right here, and cutting down on those glare and those rays coming from the sun, which is, you know, over that house over there, blaring right down on us. So anyway, these are Coolaroo shades. I will put a link in the description of this video, and I'll also try to put another picture at the end of this video with the other two shades up to kind of show you what it looks like, hopefully, if I get those installed. So anyway, Coolaroo shades, they were around 80 bucks a piece or so, something like that. And they hold up very well. And now with the improvements of the hand crank here, you don't have to worry about it dry rotting, the cord dry rotting. And also comes in that longer length now, 8 feet down, which is what we needed. And it's also got a mechanism to secure it down on the bottom so it doesn't flap all around. So Coolaroo shades, that's what we're doing for our outdoor deck entertainment area here, and maybe this would be something that could help you. All right, bye.